Sanlaki just released these new controller mounts for use with their Sanlaki gun stock for the PlayStation VR 2. It's 28 bucks for any of the different ones. You can get them for the Valve Index, Pico 4, Quest 2. I already had this gun stock for a couple of years for the Quest 2. So let's check it out and see how it works.
Blamcrotch Games!
Sanlaki makes this gun stock that I got, I don't know, a couple of years ago for the Quest 2 that they just released for $28. You can get these attachments that attach them to the PlayStation Sense controllers. Let me see if you can see that. So instead of having to buy, $100 gun stock or whatever else, you can just get these and use the gun stock that you already have for your Quest 2. First thing that I noticed when I got these today in the mail is there are no instructions whatsoever. It was a box with bubble wrap and the two attachments, and that is it. So there's only one way that they can go on. They fit perfectly right here, and it goes right up against this side on the inside. I don't think that I'll be able to show you that you'll be able to see it, but I'll try the best I can. Right here, it goes right up against it at a perfect angle. So I mean, there's only one way that you can put it on, but and if you try and look at how they go on there, it's a little confusing, but an easy way to tell is these little pieces that have this curved pointed edge right here that's like smooth here on the inside and comes around like that. That goes right against the inside of this part near the top. So just like, let's see, just like this. Right there, to where it almost lines up with that little line in the plastic on the controller. If that'll focus. So it fits like perfectly. Let me see if I can show you the other side. Fits perfectly against it inside of there. Well, it fits really good, but just for a heads up, if anybody's trying to put them together, this goes across the top. Those holes line up with those holes just like that. And then you just put the thumb screws in, which is easy enough. Doesn't take too long. Just pop this one in real quick. Pop this one in from the top. And then it doesn't like squeeze and creak or anything on the controllers on the plastic. It squeezes against itself and it's like perfectly fit to where it goes on there. There we go. Right when it gets snug, you're good to go, and then it's solid. It's almost, it feels like it's one piece. It doesn't hardly flex at all. So anyways, just a heads up, if an easy way to remember how to get them to go on there, or if you because they don't come with instructions, if you don't know, just line up that curved smooth part for the inside right there, and it's the same for the other controller. And then it is solid, like it almost feels like it's one piece. These feel very heavy duty and thick and strong. That's the second thing I noticed. Third thing I noticed is that the edges, just like the original ones for the Quest, are sharp as hell. Like you could cut yourself on those. So I took a file and filed them down to smooth off the little corners, here and there, and on both of them, wherever, just to make it to where if you rub it on your hand, you're not stabbing yourself. But overall, the quality seems pretty good. They seem to fit pretty good. Funny thing that I noticed is that just like with the Quest 2 attachment pieces like this with the magnet in them. I actually made a video for it, another video. You can also order, by the way, this front piece, you can order it with just the one or with two different angled attachments. So you can have that one or that one. But the Quest 2, when I ordered it, the one I believe back here wouldn't hardly hold on. It was like falling off and kind of loose. And it's because the magnet was countersunk down in too far in this channel to where it didn't get a good grip on the metal. So with that, you could use whatever you want, but I use like with these, I use cardboard, take the magnet off, take the little screw out, cut a piece of cardboard around, put it in there, put the magnet back in, it bumps it up just a little bit taller to where when I got this out of the box, this one was kind of loose. Right now it's a lot tighter. This one, I believe it was this top one, was also loose. So I had to add a piece of cardboard under that to bump the magnet up. This one was actually really solid. You can see if I wiggle on it, it's really solid on there. It was solid. So only one of the magnets was actually good straight out of the box, which is, you know, not a big deal. But if you don't know to fix it, then it could be an issue. Anyways, once I looked at that stuff and got those figured out, then it seems pretty good. I have not used it yet. I've used this with the Quest 2 and I like it a lot. Haven't used it with this yet. I mean, I have the PlayStation right there ready to go, so I can check it out. But another thing I noticed right here, and I don't know how well I'm lined up with the camera because I can't see, there's not like a screen, I can't see if I'm lined up or not. So if this is out of the shot on some of this, I apologize for that. So right here on the back of this controller, there's this piece that bumps out and is angled just like that, very specifically. Seems like it's there for a reason, right? Well, when you put it in place like that, it bumps up right here to hit against the plastic. So if you actually, couch is in the way, but I'll step back a little bit. If you actually pull against yourself, because that plastic stopper is sticking back like that, you can actually pull pretty good against your shoulder like that, and it doesn't pop off. The magnet stays nice and strong. I'm actually pulling pretty good. But if you push away, it pops off super easy. Like, it doesn't accidentally pop off, but you don't have to put hardly any pressure and it pops right away. But you pull it against yourself and hold it against yourself, and as you're doing this stuff, and it's good to go. So that is a nice, I feel like that's well thought out. It's obviously there for that reason, for you can pull it against yourself and it's not popping off on accident. So that actually is kind of an improvement, I think, compared to the Quest ones, or at least I don't know if he revised what's on the store now, but the ones when I got them, you know, a couple of years ago. Anyway, overall, let's see, what else I think. The pressure or the power of the magnets is pretty decent. I think that with one of these gun stocks, if you're like playing Pavlov gun game, where you're constantly switching weapons and you're using a shotgun and you're using sniper rifles that you have to load one bullet at a time and all that stuff, it would probably be a lot more of a hassle and hard to use, especially until you get used to the muscle memory of using it. Same way with the Quest 2. When I started using this, you really got to get used to it. One thing I also found that might help, depending on the angle and how it lines up for you, is to turn this to where instead of this part coming down, it actually comes up. That way it lines up better with your shoulder, depending on how it works for you. And so, you know, just flip it upside down. But let's see, another thing I noticed right away, the reason I have this thin string right here on this strap instead of just the strap hooked straight to there is because with the Quest controllers, the strap being right here would block the tracking ring. Because the Quest controllers, the tracking ring is on the top front and it's like half as big around. These, as you can see if you look from the top, the tracking rings for the PlayStation Sense controllers are so wide that you can see if you're looking down the gun, I don't think that there's going to be any occlusion problems whatsoever with, you know, losing tracking with either of the controllers, because the rings are so big and wide. I think you'll be good to go with that. It seems like it'll be a really good fit. So with a gun stock like this, if you, let's say that you play with your friends every weekend or whatever, and you always, you know, say maybe Firewall Ultra or something when it comes out. That's another thing. The games on PlayStation aren't gonna have adjustments in the settings yet for gun stocks. I'm assuming that they will add them eventually, or hopefully pretty soon. But on PC or even on Quest, you have the adjustments to where if the gun looks like it's pointed like that, you can adjust the settings, boop, 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 you know, up and down or whatever to get it to line up perfectly for each individual gun. Even like on, I think it's Contractors, you can go gun by gun by gun to the specific guns, or every single gun if you want, but the specific guns you use, and make sure everything's lined up perfect. So assuming that they add those, that's going to be needed for it to be a really good experience. But I feel like they will, because I've already seen a few different gun stocks being made for the PlayStation. So I think that they'll get around to doing that stuff. But so if you play a game like Firewall Ultra with your buddies every weekend or whatever, and you always have your favorite gun, the AK-47 or whatever it is, and you have your same loadout that you always use, to where you're not switching from shotgun to sniper rifle to whatever else, and you always just have that AK-47, you grab the clip, you pop it in, you're good to go. This type of thing, this gun stock specifically with the Quest, I found when I use it, lining up shots, any gun stock really, anybody, that's why people like them so much. Any gun stock, once you get the muscle memory down and you get used to reloading with it and lining it back up with the headset on, to where you, because you can't see if this is lining up or not. If, you know, if you have a headset on, you have to be doing this blindly. But so like, if, see right there, they both popped off at the same time. That's something you have to get used to. For like, if you're trying to grab your pistol and shoot somebody that snuck up on you, or grabbing a knife would be a lot easier, because this one holds a lot more sturdy than the front ones. I think are like smaller, either smaller diameter or smaller strength magnets, or not smaller, smaller diameter or weaker strength magnets on the front ones, whereas this back one is pretty strong. For, you can really whip this around. It's trying to pop off, but not quite. So, and when you have them both on there, you can really whip it around. But using a gun stock makes your back hurt from holding your arms up like this. It's a lot lighter than a real gun. I have a bunch of real guns, and they're a lot heavier than this. But oh, that's another thing to point out. Having this, because it's pretty heavy duty. Let's see if I can, I don't know if it'll focus or you can get a good look at this, but having that piece on there, because it is pretty thick and heavy duty. Speaking of which, if you have big thumbs, it doesn't really get in the way too much, but it is there. But having this big piece of plastic on there makes the controller feel almost twice as heavy. It's definitely noticeable. And then having this Feels good though. It feels like doesn't even feel the weight of like a regular Ruger 1022. It feels kind of like a BB gun or something. It's not that heavy, but yeah, having when you actually have one of these, instead of having your two hands float around like this when you're trying to aim, it makes it so much quicker and easier to just come through and line up your shot perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Like it feels really good once you start to get used to it and you get used to reloading. Reach down, grab your clip, hit this button here to eject the old clip, or you got to grab with trigger here, pull out the old clip, pull out the old clip, grab your new clip, pop it in, cock it here. You can definitely get a lot more accurate with this if you get used to it. But I mean, let's see if these fall off super easy. Not really. They hold on, they're pretty good. Basically the magnets, if you pull straight down, the magnet is pretty damn strong. Really strong. Like they're really strong, but if you pull at an angle, they pivot away like that. So that's how, and same with this one. You pull at let me leave that there. You pull at an angle with this one back and it don't do shit. Pop it away forward and it comes away pretty easy. So anyways, I do like these for 28 bucks. It's definitely nice to just be able to use the same gun stock with the Quest and the PlayStation and just get these attachments are the same price, whatever it's for. So if you have a Pico 4, if you have a Quest, if you have a PlayStation VR2, you can just get the different, 28 bucks for both, not 28 bucks each, but 28 bucks for the two different attachments for the two different guns, and use the same gun stock for all your different headsets. It's not too bad. Let's see, what else was I thinking? One more thing. Ooh, that's right. Will the controllers fit in the charging stand, the official Sony charging dock with those on it? I haven't even tried it yet, so let's see. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, there's the right one. There's the left one. Ooh. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This one, I would say, nope. How about this one? So the answer to that is definitely nope, because this ring sits right here in that area, and this, oh, my back. This ring right here sits in that area, and this sticks off and blocks it. But as you can see, again, these are like a perfect fit for this. They feel really solid. Okay, so I was recording a minute ago all of that, and fucking rope came untied. Wrong kid died. Okay, take two. See what we can do now. Okay, so that lines up pretty good. Let's bring this in. This lines up pretty good. This lines up pretty good. Honestly, that's very close. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. If I face this way, I'll be blocking the TV. Try facing this way. Where that is, lines up like pretty fucking crazy good. This way, which wouldn't be ideal for this gun, lines up pretty perfect with the gun as well. So, but as far as this lines up pretty dang good with this gun for sure. Reload, cock it, line it up. I didn't even have to try. This gun works pretty damn good for that. Let's see. Oh, this thing's a little. All right. What about this gun? Haven't tried this gun. Okay. Oh, try this way. Yeah, it's like right about where your hand should be. I don't know if y'all can see that. If I hit grip, I might go grip. Slide it forward and back. You can slide it way back on this gun. But, let's see right about there. Yeah. So once you get the muscle memory for it, oh yeah, that's not bad, I can see that. Once you get the muscle memory down, that will be pretty good. Let's see, can I set this to a single shot? Oh, nice. You cock this one up here. Fuck yeah, it's up there. This way? There. Once you get the muscle memory down, be pretty good. So yeah, this like lines up pretty decently for, really forward or back, pretty decently. Always got to remember to hold grip. That's another thing that takes some getting used to with a gun stock, is letting go of grip as you pop the controller off. So let's see what guns we got here. Can we do this bad boy? Does this work? So this lines up pretty dang good. I don't know if y'all can see that. Let's see, where's the camera? This way. This is pointing. Let me feel it with my fingertip. I'm not trying to grab with the. Yeah, that's pretty damn legit. That's pretty damn legit too. To reload this, you gotta grab a bullet. It doesn't let you do the quick reload like fucking. What game is that? Resident Evil Village? Of course, anyway. This is weird. This gun doesn't actually have a shoulder stock in the game, but oh, I gotta cock it. Let me see, how do you cock this gun? Right there. Not so bad. Yeah. Got that. What else we got here? I haven't tried one of these little guns. Probably should. Alright, that. Like you can see if I hold grip and let go of grip, that's like fucking pretty dead on. I've actually been really impressed with, for the most part. I hope that you guys can see that. I'll even step a little more to the right. I've actually been really impressed because I'm not holding the grip button. I just have the controller hanging there. Everything lines up pretty damn good. Really good. Except for, I feel like the back of a lot of the guns need to be an inch higher in your hand. because you have to put this thing like here on your fucking cheek to see down this shit. To actually look down. I mean, it's doable, but that's like stupid. In the settings on PC VR or Quest 2, like on contractors, you can change all of that. You can, I don't even have to take the controller. You can adjust to where the angle pivots up or down. You can bring this hand up or down on the grip. You can adjust all of that to where it's perfect, exactly perfect, to where instead of going like this and holding it stupid and fidgeting with it, it's just all exactly how it should be. But the fact that everything is so close as it is, if I hold the grip and let go, it's like right there, man. That's actually pretty fucking impressive. It works really good. So let's see here, let's try this gun. Got a scope on this one. Let's try right here. This lines up legit. It fucking looks exactly how it should. Like my hand is right where it should be as far as how I feel about it. That fucking goes again right into fucking place. This gun works without fidgeting with shit. Cause I'm not, as you can see right here, I don't know if you can see very well, I'll turn to the side. I'm not holding this up here by my head or anything stupid. Got it on my shoulder like I would a normal gun. Lean my head down and I can see down the scope. It's a little low, maybe popped up a little higher than I normally would, but it's still against my shoulder and it's real good. So I mean this one, oh, that one doesn't, right trigger to take the magazine out. You have to hit B on that, in the cocker here. And yeah, right in place. So that's a nice thing about a gun stock is that once you get the muscle memory down and someone pops up down the field, you just bap and you're right on target. I don't know if you guys can see that through the scope. It's just like perfect. Whereas if you don't have a gun stock and you're using the two controllers like this, let me grab that gun again. Without the gun stock, it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like a gun, man. I was trying to snap I'm already getting used to it just after a few minutes to be able to snap it in place. So with this, I feel like I'm holding it too high anyways. I think the guns might just be off on this game. I have to hold it too high to see down the scope, and then it's all fidgety like this kind of seeming. And if you're looking, you're running, someone pops up down the field and you pop it up like this, it's like doesn't pop into sight like it should. It felt, just that right there will tell you why people like gun stocks so much. Let me see, is it right there? Yeah, it is. Let's see. This gun works fucking hella good. For sure. This way. Yeah. This gun works good. And it definitely, yeah. That just feels so much better, man. It feels right. Feels right. Oh yeah. I could see, I have barely been playing with this thing. And I could see how you'll get used to this real quick. So if you got a favorite loadout, favorite gun, back. I'll tell you one thing, it'll make your back fucking hurt. Let's try this bad boy right here. You got a favorite gun, favorite loadout? There we go. And once you get used to it, see this one is another one where the back of the gun needs to be a little higher. Especially if you're gonna actually, now aiming down, that's another thing. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've, that's so close to perfect already. If you're not gonna aim down, see this one is one where I have to put the butt against my cheek to actually see down the peep sight. But if you're gonna shoot from the hip and you're just gonna run around the corners, see somebody and just go, oh, and blast them, you will definitely have better accuracy with the gun stock like this. So, anyways, I think that's enough of, hopefully you guys could actually see it this time instead of fucking, before it was, I was completely blocking everything. Man, I didn't let you guys see how it would work with the grenade launcher. Maybe next time. Anyway, overall, overall for 28 bucks, I mean, especially if you have multiple headsets, if you have Quest 2 or Pico 4 and a Valve Index even, because the Sanlaki, or the guy that makes these, you can print these out yourself too with the, if you have a 3D printer. He like gives away the whatever, the files for free. You can print these out yourself, but if you don't have a 3D printer, then you can just, it's pretty cheap to buy them. But these pieces for the different controllers, there's ones for the Valve Index, the like a bunch of different headsets. Pico 4, Quest 2, Quest 1, PlayStation VR 2. So if you do like a gun stock that's pretty decent and don't want to have 3 different gun stocks, I mean, 28 bucks to get the extra pieces to throw on your other controllers, that's not bad.